Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to feel this right now, deep in your chest, deep in your core, because what I'm about to say can ignite a fire in you that cannot be put out. Energy is not just something you have, it's the force that propels you into action, the spark that transforms dreams into reality, the fuel that turns ordinary moments into extraordinary breakthroughs. Everything you want, everything you've ever imagined begins with one undeniable truth. Your energy creates your life. Energy drives change because it is the invisible force that moves ideas from thought into action and transforms potential into reality. Every transformation, whether personal, professional, or societal, begins with energy, the raw, dynamic power that fuels motivation, focus, and persistence. Without energy, intentions remain stagnant, goals stay distant, dreams exist only in imagination. Energy is not just physical vitality, it is the sum of mental clarity, emotional intensity, and purposeful drive, all converging to create momentum that pushes individuals beyond hesitation and inertia. When someone consciously channels their energy toward a goal, they awaken a force capable of overcoming obstacles that would otherwise seem insurmountable. Energy amplifies effort, and effort, when consistently applied, produces results. The human body and mind are wired to respond to energy. High energy elevates confidence, sharpens decision-making, and ignites creativity. When people are fully engaged, they operate at a level of performance that ordinary routines cannot reach. It is energy that differentiates those who dream from those who achieve, those who act from those who remain passive. Harnessing energy begins with awareness. Recognizing where your energy is focused, what drains it, and what amplifies it allows you to take control of your capacity to act. Individuals who understand this principle make intentional choices about their environment, relationships, habits, and mindset, all of which affect the quality of their energy. Energy is also contagious. When a person exudes vigor and commitment, it inspires others, creating a ripple effect of motivation and engagement. Transformation rarely happens in isolation. It is amplified when shared and multiplied through collective energy. Yet energy alone is insufficient without direction. Like a river, it must be channeled. Unfocused energy leads to burnout, distraction, and frustration, while directed energy generates clarity, persistence, and measurable progress. To transform any area of life, one must not only cultivate energy, but also maintain its flow toward meaningful goals. It is sustained energy, applied with precision and purpose, that produces breakthroughs. This requires discipline, awareness, and a commitment to consistently renewing physical, mental, and emotional vitality. Energy allows people to break free from the limitations imposed by fear, doubt, and circumstance. It creates a sense of possibility that encourages risk-taking, learning, and growth. Every act of courage, every decision to step forward despite uncertainty is powered by energy. The extraordinary achievements witnessed in history, whether in innovation, leadership, or personal development, are rarely the result of talent alone. They are the result of someone harnessing their energy to drive consistent action, confront challenges, and refuse stagnation. Understanding that energy is the fuel for transformation changes the way one approaches life, creating a mindset where challenges become opportunities and every action is an investment in progress. Mindset is the hidden engine that shapes how energy is generated, directed, and sustained, and it plays a critical role in transforming potential into reality. The beliefs, thoughts, and internal narratives we hold determine whether the energy within us becomes constructive or dissipates into distraction and doubt. When an individual cultivates a mindset focused on growth, possibility, and resilience, every ounce of energy is amplified, creating a powerful force that drives meaningful action. Conversely, a mindset dominated by fear, limitation, or negativity acts as a dam, blocking the flow of energy and preventing progress. The power of mindset lies in its ability to shape perception. How one interprets challenges, setbacks, or failures directly influences the level of energy available for action. Those with an empowering mindset see obstacles as opportunities, resistance as a signal to persist, and mistakes as lessons rather than endpoints. This perspective transforms energy into momentum, fueling motivation and enhancing focus. Developing a strong mindset requires intentionality. It begins with self-awareness, recognizing the internal dialogue, identifying patterns of thought, and understanding how beliefs influence behavior. Once recognized, these patterns can be adjusted, reframed, or replaced with empowering narratives that support growth and action. Affirmations, visualization, and conscious reflection are tools that strengthen mindset, aligning thoughts with goals and allowing energy to flow unhindered toward achievement. Mindset also governs emotional energy, which is a powerful driver of performance. Optimism, confidence, and a sense of purpose generate high-quality emotional energy, which enhances resilience and persistence even under pressure. On the other hand, doubt, anxiety, and resentment deplete energy, drain focus, and impede transformation. Therefore, nurturing a mindset that is adaptable, proactive, and oriented toward possibility is essential for sustaining energy over time. The relationship between mindset and action is cyclical. Energy fuels action. Action reinforces belief, and belief strengthens energy. Individuals who master their mindset learn to maintain clarity, prioritize effectively, and maintain high levels of engagement even in the face of adversity. They understand that circumstances alone do not dictate outcomes. It is their mental approach that determines how energy is used and results are achieved. This mastery allows for consistent performance, bold decision-making, and the ability to seize opportunities that others may overlook. In essence, mindset is the guiding force that ensures energy is focused, intentional, and productive. It converts raw potential into measurable results, enabling people to rise above limitations, embrace challenges, and persist relentlessly toward their goals. Those who cultivate a powerful mindset create a self-reinforcing loop where every thought, choice, and action compounds into sustained progress, accelerating transformation in ways that would be impossible without mental clarity and belief in one's own capability. Action is the catalyst that converts energy and intention into tangible results, and without it, even the highest levels of energy and the strongest mindset remain dormant. Energy alone creates potential, but it is action that transforms potential into progress, momentum, and transformation. When someone takes deliberate, focused steps toward a goal, energy is no longer idle, it becomes dynamic, amplified, and unstoppable. Every action, no matter how small, creates a ripple effect, building momentum that propels an individual closer to their vision. Waiting, hesitation, overanalyzing, on the other hand, dissipates energy, drains motivation, and allows opportunities to pass. Action generates feedback, providing clarity on what works, what needs adjustment, and where focus should be intensified. It transforms abstract ideas into measurable outcomes, giving life to goals that would otherwise remain theoretical. Momentum is born from action. Once movement begins, energy naturally increases, confidence rises, and the capacity to take even bolder steps grows. Consistent action reinforces habits, trains the mind and body to operate at higher levels, and creates patterns of progress that compound over time. Action also bridges the gap between aspiration and reality. Many people have great ideas, ambitious aims, or tremendous potential, yet few experience transformation because they fail to act. The most successful individuals understand that execution is the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. Action does not require perfection, it requires decisiveness, courage, and commitment. Waiting for the right moment or for conditions to be perfect often results in inertia, while taking action, even in uncertainty, generates the very conditions needed for growth and learning. Moreover, action inspires further action. When an individual moves forward, others are drawn into their momentum, collaboration increases, and influence expands. Energy, mindset, and resources align more effectively when coupled with decisive movement. Action also teaches resilience, as obstacles encountered during execution demand problem-solving, adaptability, and persistence. Each step forward, regardless of immediate outcome, strengthens capability and fortifies confidence. It is through repeated action that mastery is developed. Fears are confronted and breakthroughs occur. Action transforms abstract ambition into real-world change, creating a sense of purpose, achievement, and empowerment that cannot be achieved through thought or intention alone. It fuels a cycle where energy drives action. Action produces results, and results reinforce energy and belief. The process of taking bold, consistent, and focused action turns visions into reality, enabling individuals to surpass limitations, embrace challenges, and move steadily toward extraordinary transformation. The people who achieve the most are not those who wait for inspiration, but those who act relentlessly, harnessing their energy to make every moment count, converting ideas into impact, and using movement as the engine that powers growth. Overcoming limitations is a fundamental aspect of transformation, and energy plays a pivotal role in breaking through the barriers that hold individuals back. Every person faces internal and external obstacles: fear, doubt, uncertainty, past failures, societal expectations, and self-imposed restrictions that can drain energy and hinder progress. Yet, when energy is consciously harnessed and directed, it becomes a force capable of shattering these limitations and expanding the realm of what is possible. Limitations exist largely in the mind, shaped by habitual thinking, negative self-talk, and a focus on constraints rather than opportunities. By cultivating high levels of energy, individuals gain the strength, focus, and determination required to confront these mental barriers directly. Energy fuels courage, the willingness to step into discomfort, take calculated risks, and move forward despite uncertainty. Fear loses its power when energy is applied with intention, because energy amplifies confidence, clarity, and resolve, creating momentum that pushes through hesitation. Overcoming limitations is not about avoiding challenges. It is about engaging them with purpose, persistence, and relentless commitment. Energy transforms challenges into stepping stones, obstacles into lessons, and setbacks into sources of growth. The process of confronting limitations often requires reframing perspective, shifting beliefs, and developing resilience. High energy provides the mental and emotional stamina necessary to persevere when progress is slow, resistance is strong, or the path forward is unclear. It also enables individuals to maintain focus on long-term objectives rather than being derailed by temporary discomfort or failure. In addition, energy empowers adaptability. When limitations arise in the form of unexpected circumstances or changes, a well-directed, energetic mindset allows for creative problem-solving, innovation, and flexibility. Those who master their energy approach limitations not as insurmountable walls, but as opportunities to expand their capacity, strengthen their skills, and redefine what is achievable. This approach creates a feedback loop where each challenge overcome increases confidence, enhances resilience, and inspires even greater effort. Energy also influences the physical body, and maintaining vitality through action, movement, and emotional engagement reinforces the ability to tackle obstacles effectively. Transformation occurs when energy is consistently applied to stretch beyond perceived limits, confront discomfort, and refuse to settle for mediocrity. Individuals who embrace this principle develop a mindset that sees limitations as temporary, solvable, and necessary catalysts for growth. Through deliberate energy management, focus, and persistence, people learn to rise above internal doubts, external pressures, and environmental constraints, creating a life that is not dictated by limitations, but defined by the deliberate and persistent application of energy toward meaningful goals. The extraordinary breakthroughs in personal achievement, leadership, and innovation are often the result of someone refusing to accept boundaries and using energy as the driving force to expand their possibilities. The energy we cultivate in our lives has an impact far beyond ourselves, creating a ripple effect that touches everyone and everything around us. When energy is focused, intentional, and positive, it becomes a force that not only drives personal transformation, but also inspires, motivates, and uplifts others. The way we show up, the intensity we bring to our actions, and the mindset we carry all influence our environment, relationships, and communities. People naturally respond to energy. Enthusiasm sparks engagement, determination inspires collaboration, and passion ignites creativity. When an individual harnesses their energy to pursue meaningful goals, they become a source of influence, demonstrating what is possible and setting a standard for others to follow. This impact extends to personal relationships, where energy can foster connection, trust, and mutual growth. When someone approaches interactions with high energy, attentiveness, and positivity, they encourage those around them to rise to their potential, creating a culture of accountability, motivation, and encouragement. In professional settings, the energy one brings can determine the success of teams, projects, and organizations. Leaders who manage their energy effectively inspire commitment, drive innovation, and cultivate resilience within their teams, showing that transformation is not a solitary journey but a shared experience. Beyond direct influence, energy also has a broader societal effect. Acts of courage, determination, and generosity ripple outward, influencing communities, industries, and even generations. The choices individuals make about how to focus their energy, whether to build, uplift, or create, can leave a legacy that continues long after the initial effort. Energy is contagious, and those who embrace it intentionally create a momentum that attracts like-minded individuals, amplifying the reach and impact of their actions. This amplifying effect is crucial because transformation is rarely confined to a single person. It thrives in networks, teams, and communities where energy is shared, multiplied, and leveraged for collective growth. Recognizing the broader impact of energy encourages responsibility in how we think, act, and engage with the world. Every decision, every action, and every interaction carries the potential to influence others, either positively or negatively, shaping experiences, beliefs, and behaviors. By consciously directing energy toward constructive, purposeful, and inspiring endeavors, individuals not only accelerate their own transformation, but also serve as catalysts for change in the lives of others. The act of transforming oneself becomes inseparable from the act of transforming one's environment, illustrating that personal energy is not confined. It is expansive, dynamic, and powerful. Harnessing this energy with clarity and purpose creates a compounding effect where personal growth fuels collective growth and collective growth reinforces individual progress, generating a cycle of impact, inspiration, and continuous transformation.